My name is Malia. I am a student at BYU in the film program. My emphasis is production design, and I've also taken all of the sewing classes because I'm hoping to someday be in the fashion industry, focusing on sustainability. So one thing that I love to do is thrift my clothes. 95% of my wardrobe probably is thrifted. And if any of you are thrifters, you would know that a lot of times things don't fit, or you have a certain vision for something, and when you know how to sew, you can fix those things. So I upcycle a lot of my clothes. So I wanted to show you some of the things that I've worked on. But to start, Miss Fisher and we became really good friends on a study abroad over the summer, and we spent some time in London. And while we were there, we visited this up and coming design studio called Studio U, and they take old garments and turn them into new stuff. So one of my favorite things that I own is this sweatshirt that I'm wearing right now. It is a hoodie with like a men's button-down shirt sewn into the sleeve. And honestly, it's probably the coolest thing that I own. Also, it was very expensive, but to me it was worth it because I was paying for not only the piece of clothing, but also for the designers, because it's a really cool concept. It's something that I want to do in the future, so I wanted to put my money towards that. Anyways, so while I did not make this, it does give an idea of like the possibilities that that are out there with upcycling clothes. So now I'll go ahead and show you some of the things that I've worked on. Just like a raglan style t-shirt with like skeleton bones on it. So I saw something similar to this on Pinterest, and I was like, I could totally make that. And then I had a bunch of old t-shirts that I had thrifted but hadn't worn in a while. So I just cut it out and stitched it all together. So there's that. Another t-shirt that I've made is this. So it used to be just it was like oversized on me. So I wanted it to fit better. Usually a lot of times I'll just like hem stuff or take things in on the side. But with this shirt, it was hard to, because it was a lot longer before and it was a lot wider, but I wanted to make sure that this stayed. And if I hemmed it, it would have like cut it off weird. It also would have cut off the red weird. And there was a lot of tan going on. So I wanted to like shrink the tan and keep this. So instead I hemmed it by taking out fabric from this section, and I took it in by taking out fabric in this section, and I just used my serger machine to do that. This is what the back looks like, so I had to do the same on the back, but instead of having the curve, I just wanted it to be straight. So that's another t-shirt that I made, or upcycled, I guess. Another t-shirt which has a stain on it, which I'm so sad about it, but I used to have a white t-shirt that fit me perfectly, and you know how white t-shirts are, they just get gross and old. So I took it apart and I used it as a pattern to make a new one just out of an old large white t-shirt that I thrifted. I'm probably gonna make another one because this one has a stain on it and I just love it so much, so it would be worth it to me to make another. So this dress used to have like really, I think it's from the 90s maybe, just horribly ugly sleeves, and I think there were shoulder pads in it, and like the waistline was really low and the neckline was really low, and I prefer like the neckline of my things to come up higher. I just think it's more flattering on me. So I basically just like took out the sleeves, took up the neckline, raised the waistline, and there you have it. So pretty simple. Actually, I'm not gonna lie, this actually took me a long time, even though it doesn't look like it should. Oh, another thing that I made out of like old fabric are my curtains. So I had this black fabric for a long time, and then I found this like cream linen fabric just at DI, and I saw these curtains on Instagram that were like this, but they were pink and blue, and I thought they would be so cool in my room, but black and white. So I basically just made these out of old fabric. My drawer full of things that I need to fix and upcycle. So just a lot of pants, a lot of skirts. But one thing that I'm doing, I found this blanket, this old blanket at a thrift store, and I just thought they would make some cool pants. So I'm currently in the middle of making those. I think I just need to add the waistband basically. And then those will be done. And then another thing that I'm making for my class right now, I'm in a sewing class right now at BYU. And my goal from here on out is to only work with fabrics that are pre-existing. So like vintage and dead stock material. So right now I'm making a skirt out of a vintage plaid, and it has been a beast, honestly, because of the plaid. But I think it'll be really cute. Finally, I guess I'll just show you my little fabric collection, because it's this knit fabric that has like cowboys on it. So one day I'll do something with that. I have a lot of like upholstery material. I don't know if like think like church couch material that eventually I'll use to make like a dress or a skirt, or I'm not exactly sure what. But basically, moral of the story is you can create clothes out of anything, any fabric, any material, whatever you find. If you have a vision, if you have a sewing machine, you can do whatever. So I definitely encourage you all to go to the thrift store, find something, think of a vision, think of some way you can turn one thing into another thing and make your own clothes. How cool is that? Anyways, bye everyone. I hope you have a fabulous day.